Hey, how's it guys? So, yeah, my name's DrWeez, and this is my live streaming of some stupid overclocking that I'm doing today. I've had a really long, rough day doing some DDR repairs. I did do videos on that. I did record it all up, so we'll be posting that up on YouTube probably in the next week or so. A very long day, very finicky work. So the plan was to be testing that memory after fixing it, but I'll get to the point I only managed to repair one of the 4 DIMMs that got working, and yeah, it wasn't looking so great when I was doing some testing on it beforehand. So I've got a set of these Corsair Vengeance LPX as well. I've been had them for a while. I haven't really done much with them, purely because I've been working with HyperX for the Pro OC Cup and a couple other things. So these are a very nice set of memories that were sent to us. They're all personalized, so you can see we've got our names on the back of them, and that's all very cool. So I really haven't had much time to look at them and do much with them. Initially when I got them, I did test them against my G skills, and they were able to do about the same as my G skills with a little bit more voltage. So I've got them plugged into the MSI Z170 Gaming Pro AC, just to see what's happening with them on air, to just get a bit of a feel for them. I'm going to transition across and just show you guys what we've got on the test bench today. Let me just put this here, sorry. And it's got a little bit of splatter oil. Okay, so just to cover that up, and let's just transition across. So, right, what you're running at the moment is, again, we've got the Corsair Elite AX1500 up delivering the power that's hidden behind the cooling solution here. You can see that's running here. For cooling tonight, I am running the Cooler Master Nepton 280L. That's with a 240mm fan, JetFlo fans on it. Just the Corsair memory, and then the MSI Z170R Gaming AC Pro AC. Alright, so that's the configuration we've got going there. So no liquid nitrogen tonight. This is really just going to be just to play around for the next half an hour or so, just to get a stream done, because today has been very frustrating. So I'm hoping to just get some sort of idea of what this memory is capable of and what this board's capable of on air. So enough yakking. Let's just have a look at what's going on in Windows at the moment. Right, so the background is my current best score, which I have submitted up for the competition. We'll go ahead and maybe just get rid of that because it's a bit distracting, I think. And go to properties and appearance. No, desktop, and we'll just go to none. Okay, so that then puts us back to there. Let's have a look at what we've got going on with the timing so far. All I've gone and done is I've applied 1.88 volts to the memory. I've set the 12, 12, 12, 28, and 230. I'll change it down to 228. And yeah, I think I'm running at 40 on the CPU, 40 multiplier. So really nothing too special going on at the moment, just a 3866 at 40. Yep, so there it is there. So the main things we want to go ahead and test now is to see, right, with the CPU on air, how can we tighten it up, how far does it tighten up, and then we'll pop the G skills in, maybe if we have enough time and enough energy, and see where we go with that. But yeah, let's just have a look at the SPD so you guys can see. It is the especially part numbered is DrWeez, and yeah, just the Corsair. XMP of these is 3600 C18, so it's not really great SPD, but you know, you don't really care about the SPD as long as you can tune them down nicely. So we've got that going. What we're going to do is just make sure that we are 32M stable here. Then we'll test the Waza sizes and see where we're going there. Alright, okay, and tonight I'm only coming to you live on Twitch and YouTube. I really didn't have the energy to setting up Facebook tonight. So if you are having problems with the stream, with the resolution, I do apologize. You won't be able to watch me on Facebook tonight. Check it out on YouTube. Otherwise, yeah, we'll be back. So the replays will be live on YouTube where you can just play with it there. So hook me up with a question if you have any on the chat. I am monitoring it as we go. And yeah, if there's any questions or anything you want me to explain, let me know. Right, so we failed even doing like 2 loops there. So we're going to go ahead, and I think we're going to have to do everything in the BIOS because I've really been struggling with this this motherboard. The titanium edition is perfect, but this board, the minute I change anything in Control Center, I go down to an 8 multiplier. I've tried resetting the board. I've tried clearing the CMOS. Nothing I can do makes it work. I think it's just a complication with the Gaming Pro AC and the version that I've got, and I have not had the energy. I've been away in the DRC as well. I just have not had the energy or the time to fix this problem yet. So everything we do, we have to do in the BIOS, and of course with the non-ACPI compatibility, you can't just hit the power button. You have to just go for it. So I think the reason why we are not exacting and rounding there is all voltage. And then here we go straight away. We got the firmware's corrupt. And we have to start again. So I've really struggled with this firmware issue and memory clocking on this board. I don't know if it's just me or my board or what it is, but I've really been struggling with this. This is where before I went to DRC, where I was struggling so much, and yeah, I'm just picking straight back up where I left from. So I'm trying to get into M-Flash now, and it's not booting. So we'll just boot straight into DOS then and flash at the manual route. Okay, so the other thing as well that's not up and running tonight is the system telemetry. Yeah, I do apologize, but it is 9 o'clock and I don't plan on benching terribly long. Okay. Okay, so I am using the retail BIOS 181. I wanted to see if I could get any better memory clocking just with my SA voltage at 1.25, or basically auto. But you know, I haven't seen any any advantage to doing the 181 bias over the T72 bias. Okay, so let's just go ahead and set all this again. I'm also testing a theory that not to save any profiles and just to set this manually every time, because I wasn't sure if the locked problems I was having with Windows was in the profiles. So I've essentially wiped out all my bloody profiles as well. It's very, very frustrating. I feel terribly sorry for anybody that has left this competition to the last minute, because they're going to be sadly disappointed when they realize that you need to do a hell of a lot of preparation to iron out the kinks and to iron out little quirks that each manufacturer has. Some of these challenges can be really challenging to one's state of mind, I think is the best way to say that. Okay. Now I wonder if that was a failed overclock. If I need to now discharge the board. It's very technical. Anyway, so right, I'm starting to lose patience really quickly already with this whole scenario. I think a good night's sleep is in order, and to come and approach it again tomorrow. Well, in other news, before my trip to the DRC last week, I bought myself some new earphones to play with on the airplane, and a set of these Cooler Master Resonor in-game or gaming earphones. So what I can report back is that they are definitely worth the money. You know, it's got active noise cancellation, and yeah, it does work. It really made the flight pleasant. I was able to watch 3 episodes of Stranger Things on the way there, and I watched 3 episodes of Stranger Things coming back. Interesting show that as well. If you haven't seen it and you like a little bit of a thriller, I'd recommend it. Okay, so theoretically we are back to where we were, and let's see how we are in the ways of a 32M run. And theoretically what we changed is we added more voltage from 1.88 to 1.92. Bearing in mind SA voltage is at auto, which I think is set to 1.25 on this bias. So tomorrow what I plan to do is I plan to run through my 6700Ks very quickly. And I don't know if I'm going to do it on air or nitrogen, but what I used to think was my best IMC, I don't think is my best IMC on this board. I need to retest all of them on this board. Definitely on the Impact, it used to be my best IMC, but sure. I'm unable to run anything more than 1933. So that's another test that has to be done sometime when I get a moment, is to pull the impact out again. And I think I'll be doing that for a series on the REG Showdown, which is coming up for the ambient guys. I'm going to do a couple of videos, I think, around that to help them out, I guess. Okay, so more voltage seems to have worked. And that definitely seems to be a little bit more stable. I'm just keeping an eye on this board here. Things seem to be pretty warm. And the Vaseline has moved from being that sort of cloudy to see-through. Then you know that the components are getting hot. I think I need to pop a fan on there somewhere. Okay, well, you know what? I think I am going to just call it a night instead of forcing some content. Just do quality over quantity, shall we? Well, actually, before we do that, let's just go and restart one more time. Yeah, okay, no, never mind. I'm gonna call it a night, guys. We will be back tomorrow, I think. This is just, I'm just not into it. Alright, well, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to the channels. Until next time, happy benching.